History remembers Jackie Kennedy as poised, graceful, and untouchable. But behind the closed doors of the White House, her longtime bodyguards witnessed a reality the public was never meant to see. For decades, they kept those memories locked away. Now, after 50 years of silence, their revelations are forcing historians to reconsider everything they thought they knew about the Camelot myth. The Shield of Camelot. When Jackie Kennedy moved into the White House in 1961 alongside President John F. Kennedy and their 2 young children, she viewed the Secret Service as an annoying invasion of privacy. Yet, a young agent named Clint Hill was assigned to her detail. Initially disappointed to be shadowing a young mother rather than working the fast-paced presidential detail, Hill soon formed an unbreakable bond of loyalty with the First Lady. During grueling diplomatic tours to India and Pakistan, he became her emotional anchor, shielding her private anxieties from aggressive news cameras. The security circle expanded when Agent Paul Landis joined to protect the children. While everyday Americans saw polished magazine covers, Landis and Hill saw a messy human reality, including the devastating heartbreak of August 1963, when the couple's newborn son, Patrick, passed away just 2 days after his premature birth. The agents stood watch over a raw, painful grief that the cameras never captured. 3 seconds to shatter history. By late autumn, the Secret Service was tracking hostile political threats out of Texas. Despite these warnings, the campaign route through Dallas was finalized. On November 22, 1963, elite tactical training proved useless against the chaos of Dealey Plaza. As rifle shots tore through the air and struck the president, Agent Clint Hill acted on pure adrenaline. He leaped from the trailing vehicle, sprinting to catch the accelerating presidential limousine. Climbing onto the trunk, he encountered a traumatized Jackie Kennedy, scrambling on her knees to retrieve agonizing fragments of her husband's shattered skull. Hill pushed her back into the seat, spreading his body over her and the bleeding president as a human shield. Meanwhile, a hidden history was unfolding inside the vehicle. Agent Paul Landis noticed a pristine, fully intact bullet lodged in the seam of the leather seat. Fearing a souvenir hunter would steal this vital evidence, Landis made a split-second decision to slide the projectile into his pocket, an action kept secret for 60 years. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out the other stories and shocking updates on our channel. We've covered many incredible celebrity journeys, tragic endings, and untold Hollywood secrets that you don't want to miss. Binge-watch our previous videos to discover more surprising facts, emotional stories, and where your favorite stars are today. Your support helps us bring you more powerful content like this, so don't forget to explore, watch more, and stay tuned for the next video. The Grim Vigil. At Parkland Memorial Hospital, Jackie stood frozen against the wall of Trauma Room 1, refusing to leave her husband's side. Landis, wanting to keep the evidence safe, quietly slipped the pristine bullet out of his pocket and placed it on the edge of the president's stretcher. He had no idea this well-meaning action would birth the highly debated single-bullet theory, as investigators later assumed the bullet dropped off Governor John Connally's stretcher. Following JFK's death, Jackie fiercely refused to change out of her blood-stained pink wool suit. "I want them to see what they have done," she declared. She wore that stained outfit aboard Air Force One during Lyndon B. Johnson's emergency inauguration, forcing the government to look at the tragic cost of the transition of power. Escape from America. The tragedy left devastating psychological scars. Clint Hill suffered from severe PTSD, guilt, and night terrors, eventually walking away from the Secret Service in 1975. Shockingly, the Warren Commission completely failed to interview Paul Landis, leaving a massive gap in the official investigation for over half a century. When Landis finally broke his silence, his timeline destroyed the mathematical logic of a lone gunman, reopening the terrifying possibility of a second shooter. Broken by trauma and the subsequent assassination of Robert F. Kennedy in 1968, Jackie became convinced her children were targets. To escape America, she married Greek shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis, not for romance, but to purchase a private army of security. Even in her heavily fortified sanctuary on the private island of Scorpios, she remained profoundly isolated, forever running from the trauma in her mind. Jackie eventually returned to New York, working as a literary editor before passing away from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in 1994. Clint Hill remained fiercely protective of her memory until his own passing in February 2025 at the age of 93. Ultimately, these bodyguards revealed that Jackie's greatest secret was not a political conspiracy, but the crushing depth of a permanent loneliness that no amount of fame or wealth could ever cure. Do you think these new bodyguard revelations completely changed the truth about what happened in Dallas? Share your personal thoughts in the comment section down below. If you loved this deep dive, make sure to smash the like button, share this documentary, and click subscribe to Royal Time of Hollywood.